Nationwide calls for police reform are causing law enforcement agencies to re-examine their use of force policies. KSBY News reporter Asia Gore spoke with local officers and joins us live in San Luis Obispo. Good morning, Asia.
Good morning, Christina. Many departments are suspending, even prohibiting use of what's called the carotid hold. To you and me, that might look like a chokehold, but that technique is designed to cut off blood flow to the brain and render a person unconscious.
We talked about George Floyd, and I don't think that there's a police chief out there that will look at that and say that was the proper application of a carotid control hold.
The move that cost George Floyd his life, prompting calls for reform nationwide. But Paso Robles Police Chief Ty Lewis defends use of the carotid hold when used to restrict blood flow, not breath.
We differentiate when we say a carotid hold is because typically chokeholds cut the wind off to somebody and stop them from breathing. So we don't authorize the use of those types of chokes.
Even so, Lewis and many other Central Coast police chiefs say they rarely use the tactic. Paso Robles PD records at most 2 uses each year. Grover Beach Police last used the carotid hold in 2016. 1998 is the last time Lompoc PD says it was used. And San Luis Obispo Police tried it once this year without success.
In the last 2 years, I only know of one incident where it was even attempted to be applied, but the individual was fighting so much, officers weren't able to actually apply it.
In light of Floyd's death and calls for policy reform, SLO PD, along with Grover Beach Police, suspended further use of the carotid hold.
If it's improperly applied or not used correctly, there is a danger of hitting the windpipe or restricting the ability for an individual to breathe.
Lompoc's police chief is discussing such a moratorium with the city attorney. Chief Lewis, though, says his officers are well trained in use of the carotid hold, and he plans to keep it in his department's arsenal for now.
It's extremely effective in the context that we've used it for. It's a less lethal option. So it's, somebody that's violently resisting or poses a danger to himself or the community. It's a super effective tool that, for the most part, doesn't result in any type of injury to the suspect.
Chief Lewis believes law enforcement agencies should use the tools and techniques that are most effective for their individual communities. He says, for instance, SLO PD does not use K-9 units while his department does. Live in San Luis Obispo, I'm Asia Gore, KSBY News.
Interesting perspectives. Thanks, Asia. And Governor Newsom called on California police departments to suspend use of the carotid hold and says he would sign a bill prohibiting its use if given the chance.